Keep up to date with the latest news and information from Propertymark.
So, welcome to Propertymark Pulse in association with Rightmove. First and foremost, hopefully you had a nice relaxing break and are absolutely raring to go for 2026. Last year saw vast change in so many different ways, all of which will set the tone and the pace for this year. First and foremost, we're going to check in with the many areas that will play a part in the sector over the coming months, such as the Renters' Rights Act, planning and infrastructure bill, inflation, base rates, upcoming government consultations for England on the home and buying and selling process, just to name a few. We're also going to look at freshly released data for Halifax and nationwide, as well as the Bank of England regarding their money and transaction reports. So, do we think this year will be more relaxed? Probably not. Do we think this year will bring new achievements and push new boundaries? Almost absolutely certain.
We are Propertymark.
So as we dive into 2026, there is plenty to get our heads around. One of the main aspects on radar currently is the Renters' Rights Act, which will be moving up in gear as the year progresses. The very first aspect happened on the 27th of December last year. This gave councils many new powers to enforce the legislation. The next upcoming phase happens on the 1st of May. This is where we'll see the abolition of Section 21 and where no-fault evictions become outlawed for the private sector. Fixed-term assured short-hold tenancies will be replaced by assured periodic tenancies. Rent increases, well, they'll be limited to once a year. Landlords must also fairly consider tenant requests to keep pets, and there'll be more robust enforcement against discrimination, especially based on children and benefits, and rental bidding. It'll also be banned. Also, as we head into 2026, it's important to note that many consumers find themselves in a much stronger position regarding affordability. Now, while inflation doesn't quite find itself at 2%, which is where the Bank of England wants it, it is slowly working its way that direction, currently sitting at 3.2%. This being a whole lot better than back in October 2022 when it was a whopping 11.1%. We've also witnessed 4 base rate cuts during 2025, again being positive news for many people who are hoping to buy and bringing the current base rate down to 3.75%. And we're slowly starting to see this translate into positive news regarding mortgage deals for consumers. We also saw the planning and infrastructure bill gain royal assent just before Christmas, which is hoped will be the catalyst for an easier, more streamlined planning process moving forwards for those who live in England. Ultimately, it is hoped this will kickstart the delivery regarding the promise of 1.5 million homes, and we'll keep you fully updated on this target as time progresses. In addition, the UK government also are about to embark on a consultation regarding the home buying and selling process, and this is a key area Propertymark will be fully locked into to ensure property professionals are heard and represented. Key areas will include subjects such as digitalisation of the buying and selling process, affordability, supply and consumer education, to name a few. Propertymark members can directly drop a line to our policy team at policy@propertymark.co.uk.
We are Propertymark.
So both Halifax and nationwide are hot off the blocks with house price data, which details how things look in December 2025. So what did we see? Well, Halifax said the average house price stood at almost £298,000 for December 2025, while nationwide stated from their data the average house price was just over £271,000. In terms of house price growth, Halifax said there was a very modest 0.3% uplift across the previous 12 months, and nationwide spec'd up a 0.6% growth year on year. So a few differences, however that is to be expected as the information from both is based on transactions they've been involved with. Also, the Bank of England released their money and credit report this week, which gives a snapshot into lending right the way across the UK. The latest report covers numbers from November 2025, and it stated that net borrowing of mortgage debt by individuals had increased to 4.5 billion in November, and net mortgage approvals for house purchases fell by 500 to 64,500. By contrast, approvals for remortgages, though, rose by 3,200 to 36,000 across November.
For more details, check propertymark.co.uk.
As always, thank you for listening to Propertymark Pulse in association with Rightmove. We're back on the 23rd of January, and we'll keep you updated on the latest facts, figures, legislation, and of course all the many other aspects that make this industry tick. You can keep in touch with the latest news on our website at propertymark.co.uk/news, and also connect with us on LinkedIn too. In the meanwhile, as always, feel free to drop me a line at studio@propertymark.co.uk.